Alright, happy Sunday, 7:18 in the fuck. I hope I didn't fuck that up, I was going ham. Fuck, it's the 23rd! Happy Sunday, the 23rd. May 23rd, 2021. 7:18 in the morning. Something new. Doing this straight off the bat. It's another hold me accountable type shits. I'm gonna try the carnivore diet today. The reason I'm starting it so early is that so I don't go pick up bullshit. Because I have an excuse. Because that's all I got is a blunt that Coming Cody makes excuses. At the gas station I used to pass a lot and get really good hash browns for the buns and then sausage and egg in between two hash browns. It was freaking delicious. Get a couple of energy drinks. Body Armor drinks. But I'm gonna try to go all the day. You know, it's Sunday, so hopefully the damn I might still fuck up too. If I have a lot of deliveries today, I might stop and get something because I'm stressed out this morning. I'm a little stressed out this morning. I woke up at 5 like I said I was gonna do, and I went right back to sleep. Well, I sat there contemplating a little bit. Got a request from the homie. She said, I wish the show was a little longer. So I said, well, once I start doing the night, like preparation for the day ahead show beforehand, like the night before, it'll probably be longer. I'll start it, you know, when I leave, like I did today. I'm leaving the house instead of starting it when I leave the station. I'm starting it now, and then I'll just pause the recording while I'm loading my van, and then when I head out, I'll start it up again. And then pause again when I'm at the gas station, and then start that up. So that'll add another 25, 30, maybe 45 minutes. But that's a long freaking time for just people to just... First of all, I gotta come up with some shit to talk about. I gotta do a deep dive into news and updates. And here's the song of the day. Oh, fuck. I can't play it. It's Handsome by Dave East. It's the remix with Jeezy. It's a good freaking song. I Won't Break the Code. Yeah, it pumped me up. Last night, I went to the bar. I wasn't planning on it. I didn't go to the freaking grocery store like a gosh dang slob. What I ended up doing was I picked up the California burrito from Taqueria. They don't say it like that. They go, Taqueria Becerra. I think that's how they do it. I'm pretty sure. So I feel weird calling it Taqueria. Anyway, so I picked up the burrito, came home. On the way home, I picked up a Dr. Pepper and a Mountain Dew to eat with the burrito and the bag of chips. It's tortilla chips, and they give you a thing of salsa. And as I was eating, I sat there on the couch with the lights off and my drawers and my shirt. And I was eating my California burrito, my chips, my Mountain Dew, and my Dr. Pepper. I was watching Army of the Dead. Came out on Netflix on the 21st. It's a good freaking movie. Dave Bautista. Tig Notaro took Chris D'Elia's spot. They somehow CGI'd her. She's funny in it. I don't know if they have this, like, if they have the same lines that Chris D'Elia had, but either way, there's funny lines. And she's funny. Anyway, watch that. This is a good movie. Shout out Army of the Dead, Netflix. Sponsor the show. Yeah, so I got up at 5 o'clock. I was contemplating, like, should I just get up, work out? I did find the book with my exercises in it. It's sitting on the couch. I was like, fuck, I'm tired. I stayed up late. So I went to the bar after that's not true, actually. finished the movie, or during the movie, my neighbor texted me, "Hey, bud, we're playing cornhole, and we got beers and we got food, and there's plenty of food." So I was like, "All right, sounds good. I might come out there after this movie," and I did. Played one game of cornhole. They were all pretty slashed, so that was it. They went in. I went in. I got dressed. I was like, I'm gonna go to the bar. It's Saturday night's all right. You know what I'm saying? So I went out there. Well, I pulled up, and there was a shit ton of bikers that I didn't know. The majority of people I know there are bikers. Maybe not the majority, but the majority of people I really look up to are bikers at the bar. But these guys, I didn't know a single one of them. I pull in, and they're all in the way, like in the road, in the parking lot. So I can't get through to where I would usually park. That's the other thing. Yesterday I said, you know, my girl, ex-wife, she told me, ask permission to park in front of her place. Here's what happened. Tell me this is fishy or not. I just got a bad feeling. She's got a freaking agenda of like just disappearing pops from baby's life. Tell me this fucking text ain't strange. I said at 8:17 p.m. is my guy home. Her parents go to bed at 9 o'clock, okay? She goes, no, I only just picked him up from Georgetown. That's where my parents were. That's where they were watching him yesterday. I said, can I come kick it? She said, no, we're not heading straight home. We're going to Walmart first, and then to my parents' house before we go home. Sorry, sad face. So then I said, no problem, let him know daddy loves him, and can I park in front? Because I was going to go to the bar. She never got back to me. I just don't like this shit. I don't like not knowing where my son is, how he's doing. And I have no control over this situation. It's uncomfortable. It stresses me out. On top of that, I miss him. I ain't seen him in 2 days. I think I saw him yesterday morning. Yeah, I did. I saw him yesterday morning for like 7 minutes. So anyway, I had to park at the bar because she never got back to me. I didn't get permission. So all these bikers are like looking at me as I pull in. I've rolled the window down and I'm like, you got enough space back here? I'm good? You can get through? And they're like, yeah, you're good. I was like, alright. Roll the window up, got out. I didn't know a damn person there. Outside. None of the biker people I knew. I was like, these motherfuckers better not mess with this. Sorry for cussing. This company vehicle. I went in, saw my people. My brother Austin's birthday was 24th. Shout out Cowboy, happy birthday. Sorry for saying your name. I'm still waking up. Yeah, I got inside and I felt more comfortable, but I still didn't feel comfortable with all them guys out there next to the van. But then they rolled out and everything was fine. I don't know how I'm gonna do this. Really, I'm just trying to not get junk food this morning. I'm trying to get straight to work, load the van. Start the podcast again, start recording again as I leave the station. Go to the gas station, pause it, fill up, and then start recording again until I get to my first stop, and then that'll be the morning episode. But that's so freaking long. That's a long time. I've been talking for a while now, and I haven't said shit. I haven't looked at the day's news yet. I don't know what's going on anywhere. There could have been an earthquake somewhere. I have no idea. Or tsunami. There is a big Hurricane Anna. I did hear about this, I think, either yesterday or the day before. Hurricane Anna, A-N-A, is like half a month early from hurricane season. Excuse me. Or something like that. And there's more, I think there's more hurricanes predicted, like named hurricanes this season than last season. And the last season was pretty freaking wild. Like, they feel like they just came one after another after another. I'm glad I've never had to witness like that inside. Like, I've always experienced the outsides of the hurricane, like the way outside, the state that just gets a lot of rain and a lot of wind. Like Kentucky, for example, we get freaking hammered by stuff, but it's not like nowhere near what happens to Florida and New Orleans and shit. New York, that shit was wild. That crane fell over. That was pretty wild. Holy shit. Here's an exclusive thing. Extreme weather kills 21 ultra marathon runners in China. You think that might have been an American-made high energy weapon? I don't know. In the multiverse, anything's possible. Holy shit. Amazon shuts down Connecticut construction site after 7 apparent nooses found. Connecticut? Jeez Louise. I forgot about that place. It's 65 degrees Fahrenheit. Marjorie Taylor Greene's eyes are too close together. It's okay. It's okay. It's not a problem. I'm just speaking facts. You know what? Like I said the other day, I got no jaw and my lips are too close to my eyeballs. I have to keep a mustache or I look like a freaking gremlin. And I should always keep a beard. I just look odd. I did a little trimming last night of the beard. I'm hyped to get in shape and just see. I might just cut the shit off. See if I look anything like I did in like high school. Because it wasn't horrible, but I did have, instead of 3 chins, I did have 2 chins in high school. 2 chins! Because I played football and I didn't know anything about like protein, but I was drinking like protein shakes. I didn't know if you didn't actually bust your shit in the gym that it just turned into fat. So I got big. Just like dumpy big. Not even thick. Like not thick like lineman thick and not thick like jacked. Just dumpy. Like if a meatball had a body with, you know, if a meatball could walk, that's what I looked like. No, not even that. A piece of garlic bread that's not been cut into sharing pieces yet. It looked like a piece of garlic bread that could walk. Love handles, 2 necks. It was a whole thing. I was like, I'm young. I could lose this. I'm in shape. I'm doing sports, you know. Look at this. This is all just a side effect of the freaking protein. Not knowing that it's literally just fat because I wasn't putting it anywhere. Because I wasn't trying hard enough in the gym. I was trying, but it was not hard enough to use all the protein I was drinking. I like that stuff, the chocolate whey protein. Cut up some bananas. Well, actually, no, not even cut it up. Just drop it in a freaking blender. No peel, though. I don't know if people do it with the peel. That sounds nasty. I don't know if I could stomach it. The texture of that. Oh. With the little, the strangly particles, whatever they're called. I don't know. I forget the things. The feelers that the banana peel has. I put icy hot on my back where it hurt this morning. And I just touched my eye with the hand I put it on with. That's fun. We'll see where that goes. I pepper sprayed myself once on accident. Not actually pepper spray, but I did. I found pepper. I had bought a thing of pepper spray. It was like $12 from Meyer. It had this little dragon on it, like a Chinese dragon, Chinese New Year's dragon or whatever. And it had a red. It was a black canister with the red button, and it fell out of my pocket, and I drove over it. I went home, and I saw it on the ground, and I was like, fuck, and it was leaking, and I picked it up. I always thought you had to spray, like it had to get in your eyes for it to burn. I didn't know this. You could just touch it, and then forget you touched it after it's been ran over and leaking out, so it's all over the can. So I just threw it out, but then I touched my eyes about 3 minutes later, maybe 10 minutes later, and I was delivering packages in the middle of freaking nowhere. I think I was like the country in Georgetown, country roads. I was fucking delivering packages, and I freaking pepper sprayed myself. It was wild. It sucked. Hope the audio on this ain't too shabby. It's been moving around. That's just because of all the stoplights, I think. Once I get going 80 and steady, it shouldn't be as bad. I'm pulling into work right now. The station. I should be in my spot by 7:40. I guess I'll record the whole time. Why not? Nothing else going on. Just report what I see. Shout out FedEx. I'm trying to do my thing, man. I want to keep my job. I don't want anything I say to be the reason I lost my job. Please, if you're listening, just know I'm trying to do this for good reasons. And also, I'm trying to share news, important updates, like why Hamas or Palestine and Israeli people, Palestinian people and Israeli people were fighting. Turns out it was over land. I didn't know that till yesterday. Yeah, I've always wanted to do a podcast. I've got a shitload of recordings that are just for my son, but I was like, well, I wanted to do this show called Damn the Job. Why not do that? And I'll do it daily. I'll go along with being so sober. It'll go along with my sobriety. Just updates on that, how it's going, the experiment. That was my goal, FedEx. Just hear me out on this shit. Don't fire me. Let me do my thing. I promise I do a good job. I never come back with stuff. I deliver everything to where it's supposed to be in a timely manner. And customers are appreciative, and I like what I do. And if I don't have any beefs with anybody I work with, you know, I try not to talk shit about the job or the people. I might slip up here and there occasionally, but it's all with good intention. I'm not trying to hurt anybody or get anyone fired or have anyone feel bad. I'm here now. I'm home here now. Shout out. Shout out your mom's house podcast. Ooh, boss lady's here, boss man's here, dad of the boss lady's here. It's the whole thing. I might be getting breakfast. I think I have a feeling. I have a feeling I have a shit ton. Alright. Talk to y'all in a bit. I just accidentally added audio like 2 minutes in. Yeah, kind of heated right now. It's not a bad day. It's just the freaking circumstances. My ex-wife texts me while I'm loading my van. She goes, "Hey, sorry I didn't text you back last night." I go, "No problem. My guy going to church today." She goes, "No, he's going to Georgetown at 9:30. I said, "Okay, boyfriend there." She goes, "His name's XYZ, and yeah, he is." I said, like I said, I think it's confusing to be naming all your boyfriends because you got so many of them. She's a player. She was like, "You're just being, what do you call it? Feisty or pecky or whatever the frick she said? Picky or some shit?" Let me see this word. This is some real shit, kids. I'm heated right now. Like, I want to get a pack of smokes and just be like, just to relax. Petty. She called me petty. And maybe it is. But I honestly feel this, like, why are you bringing my son? Why is this guy spending time with my son? You know what I'm saying? We just got divorced. Why is this guy already spending time with my son? I have multiple friends. I don't even know their kids' names. Like single moms that are close to my age. I don't even know their kids' names. Am I asking? No. Am I spending the night with them? No. They're mothers and they ain't messing around like that. So that's why I said we don't need to be confusing Orion with naming all your boyfriends. We can just say boyfriend. Like, that's what I'm saying. I say his boyfriend there. Because I'm not trying to start no shit. I'm trying to be amicable, but that's the truth. She's freaking bringing these dudes around my damn son, and I said if it wasn't him, it'd be one of the other 4 D&D players. She mad at me. I'm mad at her. She fucking lied to me. It had nothing to do with Walmart or going to her parents. She just had her boyfriend there. That's why she didn't get back to me by parking in front of her spot. She's hanging out with her boyfriend and my son's there. Bring my son to me when you're hanging out with your boyfriend. You know what I'm saying? The one of many to come. Don't put my kid through this shit. Anyway. So that's my morning. Happy Sunday. 8:19 in the morning. Got 42 stops. Sorry for the negativity. Just trying to get this off my chest so I don't go pick up a damn pack of smokes and some beers on the way home. I appreciate y'all. It's a good day. It's kind of overcast. I don't think it's supposed to rain today. My boss asked me today if I wanted a new route. I don't know what this is about. I don't know if I should trust it or not. They're like, no matter how many you get, you'll be done at like 2:30. I'm like, I don't know, it sounds fishy. Nobody else wants it. You know? I don't know. I I know my spot. I know my people. If they're regular customers, you know, they know my name. Yeah, it's supposed to be sunny all day. I enjoy the view. They want me to do this in town, like downtown Springfield area, and I'm like, it's a lot of in and out. My legs occasionally will not be able to do that, or I'll be out until midnight. I don't know. And then right before the boss man left, he was like, we'll talk about it a little bit later with you once we know a little bit more. Holy shit. 2 men arrested after 3-year-old boy finds gun in couch, shoots 2-year-old sister. A 3-year-old knows what a gun does and knows how to do it? I guess. That's a big hand for a 3-year-old. I did watch that video of Ronald Green, rest in peace. The one that dragged him absolutely needs to be fucked. Sorry for cussing. Yeah, I'm promoting violence. Sorry about that. He just needs to go, you know, do time and get touched up. Like Boosie said. Boosie badass. He needs to get touched up. Dragging the man while he's handcuffed and freaking helpless by his ankle restraints. The guy can get touched up. He could deserve that, yeah. You know, not a tattoo, just a little touch up. You know what I'm saying? Bop, bop. A couple times. Maybe every day. And they put him in solitary confinement. They're like, you know why you're here? No, why? Well, you dragged a man by his ankle restraints while he was helpless. He'd be like, oh yeah, I did do that. And then even the guards, pop, pop, just a little touch up, you know, just a little makeover session. That video's fucked, man. And then they said that he died in a car accident, in a car wreck. Huh? These fuckers think they're gonna get away with this stuff, or thought they were. Sorry for cussing. And I'm sorry about the negativity too. I really wanted this to be a positive thing. I'm just in this mood right now. I apologize. I'm gonna pull it together here. 2 killed in downtown Minneapolis shooting. Maybe not. I don't know. What are we doing? At least 6 people were injured and taken to a hospital after a shooting at a New Jersey house. 3 people killed and 5 injured in a shooting at a bar in Youngstown, Ohio. The Jewish man who was the victim of a gang assault in New York says the level of hatred was troubling. Brooklyn man allegedly attempted to torch synagogue and Jewish school. Los Angeles police arrest suspect in connection to alleged anti-Semitic assault. Supporters of Palestinian rights hold protests across the United States. Where's the good news, people? Tesla shorts are having a much better year than in 2020. I don't even know what that means. Like, people are shorting the stock? What's up with Bill Gates and his wife? Belinda. Whatever the frick. Allegedly, I hear, there's a rumor, as soon as this Jeffrey Epstein stuff came up, she started going through the process. And the other part was allegedly is that she can't testify against him being married, but if they're divorced, she can. That's fishy. But it's not unexpected, like the whole him being involved. I would not be surprised. Also, government locks me up for trying to pay taxes, but they're not. Their website fucks up, so they have a warrant out for my arrest and they take me. They might Epstein me just to prove a point, you know. Sorry, this is getting real dark. This is the time it's a moment in time, a serious moment in time. I went real freaking dark this morning. I felt it last night. I was a little depressed last night. I was like, freaking, I didn't see my son but 7 minutes today. And then just knowing he's out there with my ex-wife and her heartless ass. Sorry, I take that back, but not really. No, I don't. I don't take that back at all. And, you know, her freaking boyfriend, he used to spend time with my son. What's that about? Like, if I had done something wrong, I could sit back and be like, yeah, I guess I deserve this. I didn't do anything. I just wasn't being a cuck. I'm so sorry. I wish I could play music on here and not get taken off of Spotify or whatever. I promise I will turn this around. I'm going to take a breather. I'm getting gas right now. I'm pulling up. I'm going to think of some positive stuff. We're going to turn this episode around. I might not even put this out there. Just start one from here like normal. Nobody needs to hear all this negativity. But maybe it's valuable to the experiment. It's real life. Like what's happening right now. I did quit 2 vices at once and haven't succumbed to the wants in dark times. Alright, I'm gonna pause it, put some gas in the vehicle. I may or may not come out with junk food. I don't know. I haven't decided yet. I really need to relax. Talk to you in a little bit. Yeah. I'm gonna keep that shit in here. I think it's a crucial part of the experiment. Excuse me. Let everybody else that's struggling out there with sobriety know that this is, and my son also, this is for the future. This is what Daddy's going through. 26 years old, Sunday, May 23rd, 8:36 in the morning. This is what Poppy's going through. I did fucking, sorry for cussing again. I did get some junk food. I got a thing of pretzel on the inside, Reese's Cups, hot pepper beef jerky, Mingies, and a half onions. That's what love does to you. I just don't know how else to. I know it's comfort. It's comfort food. And I haven't even started. That's why I'm still heated. I'm gonna eat something and I'm gonna feel a little bit better. I got a 1 liter Dr. Pepper. I got a raspberry tea Monster, Revive, Recover, and Refresh, and also a lemonade tea of that same thing. And there's one more thing. Oh, I got the low calorie, low sugar, or 0 sugar added tropical pineapple body armor in a jug of water. I do enjoy life. It just sucks sometimes. That's it, bud. My baby boy, if you're listening in the future, you're sitting in your pod, occupied by the Chinese government. Daddy loves you, and life sucks sometimes. You gotta make lemonade though. Find the lemons. There's lemons in life, and lemonade's pretty freaking good. I'm drinking some right now. It's refreshing if it's not too tart. I don't know how to get out of this. I haven't eaten my comfort food yet. I was honestly gonna give it a good college try on my carnivore diet today. And I just got in this mood. It is not because I haven't seen my son, it's because my son was with some other freaking guy. That's what it is. He's spending time with this other dude. And it's not up to him. It's the mom dragging him along. That's what throws me off. It pisses me off. I got the stank, whoa! This bird had a crazy wingspan just sitting on top of this light post. That's life, man. You look up and say, what is this? What are we doing here? What does it all mean? Shout out Dave Burgess. What does it all mean? I want to be a positive influence. I want to be healthy. I want to find some way to cope with stuff. Like okay, here's another thing. I've never seen a therapist in my life. I've never seen a psychologist. When I was younger, my teachers tried to get my mom to get me on, like, I don't know if it was Adderall or ADHD medication or some shit, but I don't have that shit. I was just not interested in the fucking subjects. Do better, school system. Do better. I'm tired of your what's that word? Artificial lighting. You're not setting me up to work at Toyota for 25 years. That's not living. That's slavery. With a little bit of change. And you get a week's vacation. Where a lot of people I know are like, I'd rather just work. Because once you stop working after you've been working for so long, you just like, your body kind of doesn't know what to do with itself, and it's restless, so you don't even get to relax. So a lot of people are like, I'd rather just been working while I was on vacation and just get paid for it, take it at the end of the year as money. I'm gonna look up this, there's something going on with the workforce death. Death rates. Something like that. Something going on recently. People working. That's not what I'm talking about. Damn, now I'm eating off the fingers I applied my damn Tiger Balm to my back with. Alright. by Christine Rowe, May 19th, 2021. Alarming new research shows that people working more than 54 hours a week are at major risk of dying from overwork. It's killing 750,000 people each year. That's 755,000 people. I know y'all know. I just had to make it in my head because I'm not a mathematician. Okay? It says Lisa Choi ignored the first symptoms. After all, the 53-year-old business and analyst was a very active, fit vegetarian who cycled frequently and avoided high-fat foods. She was far from the typical victim of a heart attack. However, the Seattle-based Choi was working 60-hour work weeks, including evenings and weekends. She was facing tight deadlines and managing complex digital projects. Yeah, that's different. I tried graphic design. That shit is soul-sucking. I don't even know if that's what they're talking about. Digital projects sounds like graphic design. Or like video games, which is graphic design. This workload was utterly normal to her. I have a really high-stress job. I'm usually on overdrive, she says. It wasn't until several months ago when she suddenly started feeling an anvil-like pressure on her chest that she began to take her symptoms more seriously. In the hospital, it turned out that she had a tear in her artery. This is a hallmark of a spontaneous coronary artery dissection, SCAD, a relatively rare heart condition that particularly affects women and people younger than 50. Told that she would need an angioplasty to open up her artery, Choi thought, I don't have time for this. I'm scheduled for migrations at work. And I'm doing all this stuff. That's some foreshadowing right there. I'm doing all this stuff, including dying. Like Choi, many are also finding themselves in ill health due to intense work schedules. New sobering research said to be the first ever study to quantify the global burden of disease from working long hours has shown how bleak the situation is. In a paper published 17 May, authors from institutions including the World Health Organization, like we could trust them, and the International Labor Organization suggest that each year 750,000 people are dying from ischemic ISCHAEMIC heart disease and stroke due to working long hours. Ischemic heart disease, also known as coronary heart disease, involves narrowed arteries. Choi's SCAD is different from conventional ischemic heart disease, but stress and high blood pressure are major factors in both. In other words, more people are dying from overwork than from malaria. This is a global health crisis, demanding attention from individuals, companies, and governments alike. And if we don't solve it, the problem may not only continue, it could get worse. How overwork affects health. In the paper, published in the journal Environment International, researchers systematically reviewed data on long working hours, defined as 55 hours or more per week, health impacts and mortality. Sorry, there was a truck going by me. I didn't want him seeing what I was reading. Rates from most of the world's countries. From 2000 to 2016, the authors controlled for factors like gender and socioeconomic status in order to tease out the pure effects of overwork on health. The study establishes that overwork is the single largest risk factor for occupational disease, accounting for roughly 1/3 of the burden of disease related to work. For me personally, as an epidemiologist, I was extremely surprised when we crunched these numbers, says Frank Pega, a WHO technical officer and the lead author of the paper. I was extremely surprised by the size of the burden. He describes the findings as moderate but clinically significant. There are two major ways that overwork can reduce health and longevity. One is the biological toll of chronic stress. With an uptick in stress hormones leading to elevated blood pressure and cholesterol. Then there are the changes in behavior. Those logging long hours, maybe sleeping little, barely exercising, eating unhealthy foods, and smoking and drinking to cope. And there are particular reasons to worry about overwork, both while we're still in the COVID-19 pandemic and looking at life thereafter. The pandemic has intensified some work stresses while bringing new forms of workplace exhaustion. India has become the epicenter of the global pandemic with more than 25 million cases of COVID-19, but the pandemic is affecting health in other ways as well. Savith Rao, a physician and founder of the Indian Heart Association, explains that South Asians are already at high risk of heart disease. Now, with the COVID pandemic, we have seen an increase in work from home, which has blurred work-life balance among many individuals, leading to disrupt sleep patterns and exercise. This has, in turn, increased the risk for cardiovascular disease and stroke. Moreover, the pandemic has resulted in the worst economic downturn since the Great Depression. Previous recessions have actually been followed by increases in working hours. Excuse me. It seems almost like a perverse effect. Pega acknowledges, in light of the widespread job losses during a recession, but the reality seems to be that the people who are still working have to work more to compensate for the job losses. Hotspots on overwork. According to the data in the paper, 9% of the world's population, a number that includes children, is working long hours, and since 2000, the number of people who are overworking has been increasing. Overwork affects different groups of workers in very different ways. Men work longer hours than women in every age group. Overwork peaks in early middle age, although the health effects take longer to turn up. The study authors used a 10-year lag period to track the effects of overwork on the onset of disease. After all, death by overwork doesn't happen overnight. Just a long freaking article. The data also show that people in Southeast Asia seem to be working the longest hours. People in Europe, the shortest. Pega explains that there may be cultural reasons for the longer proportion of people in Asia working long hours, as well as many people work in the informal sector in the low and middle income Asian countries. As Pega points out, people in the informal economy might have to work long hours to survive. They might be working multiple jobs. They might not be covered by social protection laws. On the flip side, many Europeans enjoy a working culture that celebrates lengthy holidays and substantial rest periods. This more relaxed attitude is enshrined in law. For instance, the European Union's Working Time Directive bars employees from working more than 48 hours a week on average. But even in some European countries, especially outside of France and Scandinavia, there's been an increasing proportion of high-skilled workers working extreme hours since 1990. After the peak of a unionization and the related employee protections. Tellingly, the Austrian health minister resigned from his job in April, saying that he had developed high blood pressure and high blood sugar while overworking during the pandemic. This public announcement was unusual not just because of his high-profile position, but also because he was actually able to leave his exhausting job. Over in Seattle, Choi has also been fortunate in that her colleagues have been supportive of her need to slow down at work. Since not everyone can afford to work more balanced hours, and not everyone will get a wake-up call before a fatal stroke or a heart attack. There's an urgent need to tackle this health crisis now. Combating overwork. If trends continue in the same direction, overwork and the associated health harms will only increase. This is especially worrying given how many societies glorify overwork to the point of burnout. And as our work hours have ticked up during the pandemic, with few signs of stopping, those suffering from spending too many hours on the clock will only increase. I've felt that. I have felt that because of the amount of people that were getting deliveries every day to their house has gone from 3 to I'm probably at 7 in the last 5 months. Every day. So if that continues, that means Christmas, I could have like 200 something stops. And a lot of them will be the same place every day. And I'm not mad at these people. I would be doing the same thing if I gave a shit about people, or gave less of it. Yeah, gave a shit. Like, give a shit about... I don't give a shit about people. That's what they say, right? I don't give a shit about people. That's what assholes say. I'm not calling these people assholes. I'm just saying, if I didn't care... Well, here's the other thing. They also don't know that I'm the only one doing this. Like, their area. They probably think I get days off. And there's someone else coming to take my spot. They might not know that I'm the one doing it every day. So I'm not blaming them. I'm just saying, the way it's looking to me is we're going to have problems very soon with needing people. Alright, where are we at? The burden to disrupt the cycle falls on both employees and employers. I got that opposite, but you catch my drift. In some way, and no, I said that wrong. Employees. The burden to disrupt the cycle falls on both employers and employees in some way, and all may need to work together in order to rein in overwork and the subsequent issues that follow. In general, PEG urges workplaces to embrace flexible hours or flexible work, job shares, and other means of improving balance in work schedules. They should also take occupational health services seriously. And Rao comments, we at the Indian Heart Association believe that increased education and screening is key to prevent cardiovascular disease and stroke. Excuse me for a moment. Let me blow my freaking nose. I cannot breathe and read. I can hear. Jeez Louise. Oh, yeah, baby. Oh, I'm 10% in a better mood. I can hear, and it doesn't sound like I'm swallowing my tongue. Alright, where were we? Shit got smaller. There's clearly a role for individual workers to reshape their attitudes to work as well. We can all try to push back against the pull of overwork that keeps so many of us glued to our phones late into the evening. The sooner workers do this, the better positions they'll be in. Since overwork is a risk that accumulates over years, preventing it from becoming chronic may reduce the severity of the worst health risks. Although there's not enough evidence on when the risk crosses over from short-term to chronic, but the most sweeping changes would need to occur at the governmental level, Pega says. We already have solutions people have put in place, limits on the maximum number of hours we should be working. For instance, with the European Working Time Directive or the other right to disconnect laws. The right to disconnect laws? Maybe that means like you don't have to email your boss back on your days off. In countries with strong laws on limiting work, what's key is enforcing and monitoring those laws. And in countries with weak social safety nets, anti-poverty measures, and welfare programs can lower the number of people working themselves to the bone out of sheer necessity. Ultimately, the problem of overwork and the ill health it breeds will continue if we don't make changes in our working lives. And change isn't impossible. We can do something. Insists Pega. This is for everybody. Alrighty. Article continues below. What the fudge? I just read that part. I don't get it. Oh, it continues. Okay. In 1987, I thought that was the end of the article. How long is this shit? Jeez Louise. Nobody ever changed the world 40 hours a week. Anyway. Yeah, that's strange too. I just noticed that. I always consider myself like an old school, like an old soul. My theory is that because my dad's in his 60s and I'm in my 20s, that I have an extra 20 years of like wisdom. And so I've always considered myself like old school and stuff. But that thing right there I was just reading silently said the Gen Z users, like TikTok users or whatever, I don't even know what I am, but Gen Z, I think that's the next one. That's the one below the millennials, or right after the millennials is what I meant to say, not below. They said they were open about their mental health shit, and I'm like, well, what the fuck? That's what I'm doing. But mine's for the experiment. I'm not usually open like this about like how I'm feeling. This is for the experiment and for my son to know what his dad's going through during a pandemic. Not normally like, I don't go to my coworkers and talk about shit like this. Or friends. It's for the podcast and my son. Anyway, that took a freaking minute. Excuse me. I'm already at my damn exit. Like I'm about to take this left onto, I forget what this is, Bardstown Road? Springfield Road? Something like that. Let's be doing a damn thing out here. We'll pull up in this gas station, see what else kind of junk food they got. It's only 9 o'clock. It's 9:02 and I got 42 stops, so it's gonna be a day, and I'm stressed out. And like I'm kind of, I don't know if it's angered or stressed out, but either way, I got this weight in my throat, right above my chest, and the bottom of my neck. It's right there, just sitting there. It's got my ex-wife's name on it. And my son's holding it up. It's like, Daddy, don't let it drop into your heart. I'll hold it here. I'll be right back. That's weird. Might have messed up again. And got two. They're really good. I think they're like local. They are called Teriyaki. Wenzel's Farm. Naturally smoked 55 grams of protein per serving. No artificial colors. No MSG. Gluten-free. Maybe it's not local because it says caramel color added. Why would you add a color to beef jerky or Slim Jim sticks? My presentation? I don't know. It's odd. Anyway, yeah, I got those. I got a cherry Coke. I got a Mountain Dew. I got vanilla Coke. I'm just messing up today, man. But I'm not smoking, I'm not drinking. That's the plus. And maybe I'll get to see my son tonight and things will get better. I wish I could freaking stop being sick. I've been sick for like a week now. On the road again. I don't have a quote of the day. Might come up with one in a little bit. It's quiet out here. I like Sundays because it's quiet. I don't like Sundays because I have an extra area. Sundays and Mondays. Someone takes off. So like me and two other people split up an area where that person would be delivering. So I got my stuff plus this other stuff that I have to like calculate into how I could best ergonomically do it. Or not ergonomically, what's that word? Not strategically. Economically. Logistically, how I can best logistically do it. And normally I can figure it out. It's not too much of a hassle. But it does throw the day off. Like no matter what. Because I'm used to going 5 days in a row, I'm doing my shit and then going to the station or going home. And then Sunday and Monday come around, I start on my shit. Oh, no, I don't. Sundays are different. I got 2 separate areas on Sundays. Like 2 guys are off, and I'm splitting between two or three other people that came in today, their routes. So for example, I go to Loretto and deliver my stuff. Loretto, Lebanon. On Sundays today, I'll start in Springfield, and that's a whole other guy's route. His stuff is in town, Springfield. I'll do that stuff that's on my way. My boss, shout out my boss, figures stuff out that's on my way to my spot, and I'll do that stuff. And then when I get out there, once I'm done with the in-town or like just outskirts of Springfield stuff, I'll start on my stuff and then almost immediately start on another route in Raywick. That's only a couple stops. Then I go jump back into my stuff, and then I just finish out through there. I know I'm saying all this, I apologize. It's all uninteresting. It's a bunch of nothing. Just venting. I do feel a little bit better after the Slim Jim and after blowing my nose about the day. My back don't hurt as bad as yesterday. It's still stiff. Sinuses are still clogged. I miss California. I just saw a house that looked like the house in the Psycho movie or whatever. The black and white where the girl's in the shower and they use Hershey syrup to go down the drain to make it look like blood. That house I saw when I did the Universal Studios the tram guide or whatever that thing's called, and they point out that house on the route. That thing was dope. I always wanted to work for the Waterworld show, the live action like Waterworld stuntman show. I wanted to do that shit. I still do. Like I would if they came to me, they're like, hey, you're like the perfect height for this guy and you have this perfect colored beard. Would you be this actor? You got to lose 30 pounds and get jacked. I'd be like, oh, you just picked the right person. You picked the guy for the job. Like, that's what I want to do. I also want to be on the set. I don't care what I do. I'll be a stand-in. I'll be a guy that puts the tape on the ground for marks. I don't give a fuck. I just want to be on the set for an Avengers movie or a Star Wars movie, and just work the like just be on the set for the shit and just be in that atmosphere. I love all that shit. I went to when I was real little. There's this place called the Wisconsin Dells. My grandma, mom, dad, they took us to me and my sister to the Wisconsin Dells. And there was this big ass UFO. I don't know if it was really big, but it was big to me. I was little. Big UFO looking thing, and inside they had this like Star Wars museum type deal. And there was this one hallway. In my memory, it was just a hallway of stars. Like you just walk through this hallway and there's galaxy on both sides of you. All the way down this hallway. It was awesome. So I thought later in life I came up with this thing called Starbox, and it was just like black lights and glue on plexiglass with mirrors. So it would just be like you look into the box and it's just an infinite thing of white dots floating, lit by black light. And that came from this freaking hallway I went through the Wisconsin Dells. And it's also first time I ever saw someone like lightsaber action with Darth Vader. That was awesome. If you ever get out to Wisconsin, go to Wisconsin Dells and ride the Wisconsin Ducks. It's that World War II vehicle that's land and sea. It's freaking awesome. If I ever win the lottery, I'm buying one of them. And I was thinking of the word tour, not guide. The tram tour in the Universal Studios. That thing was awesome. They had Jaws. Fire came out. Then you do a King Kong thing, and the King Kong's breath smells like bananas. There's a subway scene. You go underground into this subway, and there's an earthquake, and shit's popping off, and there's water pipes bursting, and subway cars are breaking in half and coming at the tram you're on. It's awesome. And they got a Mummy Returns. I want to go back. I want to go back to California. I want to win the lottery. And then just work on Universal Studios. Like the lot. Whatever. I don't care what you put me up to something, I'll work there. I'll be an actor, I'll just walk around and sell cotton candy. I don't give a shit. I just want to be there. The smells. The Terminator show was freaking amazing. When I was little, I couldn't really tell how they did it, but went to the Terminator show, and the freaking motorcycle and John Connor and the Terminator come out on this motorcycle through the screen. As the screen, when you're watching it, the motorcycle's coming out of the screen. They come out of the fucking screen into the crowd, shooting a shotgun at the screen. It's amazing. I was like, holy shit! Go, 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 run! Oh, it was awesome. And then they do a backdraft walk through. That was cool as hell. Really want to go see the Star Wars thing at Disneyland or Disney World, whichever one's in California. I've been to it once with the Mickey Mouse upside down roller coaster and the big ass orange with the swing set inside. Those things are dope. I would never do them now, but when I was little, those things were awesome. I felt like I was flying. California's a shit. The governor's not, but the place is. Or maybe not even all of California, but in general, it's the shit. The scenery, the hiking trails, the people. Kentucky ain't bad, but it's all the same. Like California, you can go from the beach to the to the snowy mountains in like 2.5 hours. Something like that. It's not a long trip. Big Bear, it's the shit. I got lost out there. Me and my buddy, shout out, Go Home Johnny on Instagram. We got lost out there in Big Bear. It was getting dark out because we heard this music. We went on a hike and we heard this like hip hop music. We were like, what the hell? So we started following the music through these freaking hills of snow. And there was this place called like The Block. I think it was called like there was like a hotel or motel, something like that. And there was like a party going on. And we were little. We were like middle school. So we were like, excuse me, that's dope, but we can't do nothing. Let's just find our way home. So we got freaking lost. You know, it was getting dark out. I forget if we walked in somewhere or what. We're like, hey, where's the Big Bear or the Golden Bear Lodge or whatever the frick we were staying at? And they told us, and we just walked, we found it. His mom was like, it's dark out, where the hell you guys been? We were like, we don't know. Got lost. And then I had never been like actually snowboarding. I've put a snowboard on my feet before, but I've never been like snowboarding other than this trip. And my buddy's mom had warned us, shout out Ma, thanks for taking us to Hawaii too and swimming with the sharks. That was dope. Never forget. Saw a dude masturbating on the bus. We took this bus out from our hotel, the Sheraton or whatever. We stayed on the Big Island. I think Honolulu. We could see the freaking the volcano from our balcony. It was amazing. It was one of my best moments in life ever. Was being on this trip with family. My best buddy, my mod number 2. You know what I'm saying? So we went out this. We were going to this like other volcano that had water. It was like a lake or some shit. I forget what you call those things, but it's like it's enclosed except for this one little place where water comes through, and it just fills this like kind of like a lake up. We had snorkels and shit. Got stung. I got bit by something right by this reef thing. It was awesome though. We spent like a whole day there, but on the way there, we saw this dude that looked like Zach Galifianakis jerking off on the bus, 3 rows in front of us. There was like me, my buddy, his mom, this guy, and maybe a little girl and her mom, like up in like 2, 3, 4 rows up in front of us. And this guy was like in between us and them, and he was just going at it. hardcore too. Like not playing easy, not being easy on himself, just freaking having a time with it, having a picnic. It was freaking wild. And then there's something else crazy. Yeah, this other dude, we're in middle school, and this guy comes up to us on the beach. He's like, "Hey, y'all in the military?" We're like, "No, we're in middle school." And he's like, "You want to buy some weed?" We're like, "No, we ain't got no money." We wouldn't buy weed off you anyway. This shit was wild. That was a good freaking time. I don't know, I forget why I bring that up. Just trying to put myself in a better mood, I guess. I am in a better mood also. That thing where you fake smile, but you feel better, that shit's real. I'm actually feeling better. I don't know if it's the beef jerky, the Slim Jim thing, or I actually feel better. But I do feel good. Get a little bit of energy. Woken up a little bit. This will be the longest episode of Day on the Job ever. Episode 9. Today will be 8. Well, actually, I'm officially 8 days sober. That's dope. And my sister sent me a picture last night, and it said, "Happy 6 days of sobriety." I wanted to be like, "Yeah." It's 8. I'm 8 days sober, but it's like, I was like, oh my god, this is actually affecting me. I actually care. Like, I always just thought it was like, it's not a big deal. I just didn't do something. Great, big deal. But no, like, my sister sent me happy 6 days sober, and I was like, fuck, I'm 8 days, bitch. Fuck you mean 6 days? Like, I was like heated about the shit. I didn't say anything, but I was definitely thinking it. Anyway, yeah, let's turn another leaf here. You know, see where we're going. I gotta stop right here. Right here. Rosary Heights, baby boy. Alright, I love y'all. I'll talk to y'all later, maybe. I don't know, but I will definitely talk to you tomorrow. Have a happy Sunday. Don't do nothing I wouldn't do. Have a drink for me. Smoke the stove for me. Put the cancer sex down. Smoke a joint for me. Daddy can't smoke no weed. Daddy's on the job. Daddy gets randoms. I miss it. Sure do miss it. Y'all have a nice weekend. Talk to you soon. Bye-bye.